It was the 1990s, a big show in a small town off I-75 in Georgia. They were called the biggest cocks in the henhouse. But things have changed since then. It's been 30 years, and they finally found a home here, like everyone else, doing a podcast. It's Erica and Mark, the phone call podcast thing.
Brum, brum. What the hell kind of dial tone is that?
So stupid. Hi, Mark.
Aruga.
I mean, ahoy, hoy.
I had to say, Ethel, will you mind ringing me through to Erica, please?
You know, there is a story about ahoy, hoy is how they wanted to answer the phone because it was some kind of ship lingo from back when they invented telephones. There was a big fight about it. I think Congress had to get involved to decide that we were all going to say hello instead of ahoy, hoy. And I only learned that because of The Simpsons. Everything I've ever learned that has been useful in my life came from The Simpsons or Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny, my appreciation of classical music.
I learned a lot of my terms from Stan and Haney. They have the old-timey terms,
Well,
big time down.
Guys are old, too. They're older than me.
They were older than Edison. I think they were in Fort Myers before
I
Edison.
think they went to high school with him, at least. How are you, Mark?
I'm doing good. Actually, pretty good. It's been a pretty good week. Working my amends step.
Amends. Who did you piss off?
Well, no, I just had a couple of people I had to square up with.
All right.
And
Do you owe money or something?
No. Well, when I made my first amends back when I was 13, 14 years ago, when I first got into the step study thing, I was trying to talk to my son and my daughter, which were in their own land at that time.
They had a land?
I'm not sure. Well, yeah, they were in their own mental space. And I'm not even sure I did it correctly because at that time I was also one of those I hate to say it this way, but I don't know how else to say it, but one of those crazy Christian people.
Oh, yeah.
That was super, super fired up and ready to kill you or beat you with a Bible until you understand what I'm talking about. And it's like, and I know now that that's all wrong and everything else, but I don't think I ever came back to make my amends with them as far as being a father and some of the other things we ran across.
But you're good now. Everything's fine.
Yeah, it's good now, but I just I had to clear that slate because it's still in my head.
Spoiler alert, crazychristians.com, that domain is for sale. So if
you should buy it.
I'm kind of curious how much that's going to cost me.
I don't, it just hearing the words played back in my head as I was writing out my notes of what I used to say and what I used to do when I was trying to supposedly help these kids.
Domains like crazychristians.com are in high demand. Don't miss the opportunity to own this one.
That's sad.
It is short, keyword rich, brandable, and easy to remember. That's one of the selling points.
Well, here's like everything else, right? It's like it's probably like every community that there is out there, period. They always hyper focus on the one that's the least educated and the craziest, and that person becomes the spokesperson.
Yes.
Or for that thing. And not only that, but they're not even chosen to be the spokesperson, but everyone that doesn't like it has chosen them as the spokesperson.
Right. And they're the ones who get chosen to put on the suicide vest in some religions.
Yes.
It's like, hey, we got to find the dumbest one. We will have him put on the vest. Don't worry. We'll tell him he gets a bunch of virgins.
Oh, God.
Why do I sound like a vampire?
And anyways, but yeah, other than that, and got a new air condition.
Oh, wow.
$23,000 poorer.
Is that how much they cost?
Yes, for everything, yeah.
Remind me not to bitch about being a renter ever.
Yes. Yeah, it was something it was either fix it for 8 or replace it for 20.
So that's the last one you got to buy those for you die.
Well, it depends. I might outlast 15 years. You never know. I shouldn't, but it's been acting. I've been doing pretty well so far.
Yeah, that would suck it being in your 80s and hell, I got to buy a new air conditioner. It's going to last me 15 more years.
I would buy the cheapest one that would last for 2 years.
I'm just thinking of hiring a couple of girls and fanning me because what are they going to do? Arrest me?
You gotta.
That's going to be you, isn't it? Mark lives in New Orleans, so anything goes there.
They have fangirls here.
Yeah, they're everywhere. You just got to down Bourbon Street and get them.
Their idea of OnlyFans is literally people fanning you.
It's funny. You should be on the radio with that sense of humor.
So, well, I thought this was really neat. We were talking a few months ago. I can't even remember how long ago it was. It was a while back. We were trying to work on a logo.
Oh yeah,
and something for our show
for the Erica and Mark podcast. Yeah, so hold on. Let's refresh everyone's memory. Yeah. We had a logo that I made in my phone, and all I told ChatGPT to do was make a logo that says Erica and Mark podcast or whatever it was, and it came out with these two people sitting at a control board in a dark room, and it said on air, and Erica was black and Mark was Hispanic.
Yes, and then we had one where Mark was African American.
Yep, you were the black guy that time,
and then you were an Asian American.
I was. Yes, I was a terrible driver. I literally think we should go with that one. I do. I think it was brilliant, and I thought it was funny. But apparently, people are now with the new Google version are not liking it because people are saying now, no matter what you put in there, no matter what you put in, it's like refuses. What was it? You're saying like it refuses to show anyone that's. You got to have diversity.
Caucasian.
Yeah. All right. You know what?
It's either diverse or nothing.
There's another logo creator here in my ChatGPT app on my phone, so I'm just going to tell it.
Okay.
Hey, good afternoon, ChatGPT. Can you make me a logo for a podcast from Erica and Mark, the phone call? And I want you to put a telephone in there and make it in a darkly, dimly lit control room with an on-air sign. And there we go. We're gonna see what it does. And it says, "Hey, I'd be happy to help. Would you like the logo to be vibrant, neutral, serious? I'd like it to be vibrant. So I'm gonna hit A.
Yes, that's a good one.
All right, that's a great choice, is what it's telling me. Clean and simple or detailed. Let's do like a 1 to 5. Let's do a 5 between simple and complex. Understood. What color are we looking for? We're looking for red and black. Obviously, it'll make one of us an Indian and one of us black. So let's go with that. I can't say red. That was racist, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
It's funny though. Let's see. Red and black it is. Finally, would you like to generate one logo or 9 different logos at once? Obviously 9. Let's do that.
The baker's dozen.
Yeah. Do you want 1 or 9? I don't know. Let me think about it for no time at
free?
all.
Let me see. I'd rather get 9.
We're going to post these on the Erica and Mark Facebook page, is it?
Yes.
All right. It's making them for me right now.
Yeah, it's Erica and Mark,
and
the
of
phone
course,
call Facebook page.
And of course, logo creator is absolutely retarded. Put 2 R's in Erica, and on air was spelled ONCAR.
On car.
There's a lot of spelling errors here. Erica is spelled ERICA.
Now, is it racist to say the reason why it is because it truly is? Can I say this?
Go ahead, say it. What are they going to do? Cancel us? Oh, that'd be awesome. What are you laughing at? Share.
What are they trying to accomplish?
Making us a logo.
No. What is AI trying to accomplish by doing all this stuff? It's supposed to be making it diverse, right?
Yes.
So is it truly diverse to have poor spelling and urban?
Oh, for Christ's sake! Now it says Onario, but it spelled my name right. Then there's one here without any logos.
Please tell me, Mark. Tell me that they spelled Mark correctly.
I'm gonna hold the phone up, see if you can see this.
Okay, so it's no people though.
No, but
is Ario a word?
You tell me. You were married to a Mexican for all those years. There's another one.
I don't know.
See where it's all misspelled?
On car.
What does any of this mean?
AEIR. Oh, I like the 9/11 logo up top.
Yeah, we're not going to go with that one. It's too soon.
You know what? Can we make it with people? That was just we needed something with logo with people.
You know what, Mark?
I
We're
wanna
going to work on this after the phone call. How about that?
Okay. Yeah. So apparently they're saying that it's diversity or nothing.
Well, this is just diversity or misspellings or. And there's so many. You can always tell AI pictures if you see them on social media, because if you look real close at somebody's hand, chances are they got like 6 fingers. Have you seen some of these things?
No, that's
you got to
creepy.
pay more attention. Pay close attention, because
that's
these AI
crazy.
generated images that are everywhere are not super good. Now, I'm sure there are better ones that are out there that we don't have access to, being regular people, but.
Oh crap! The Asian lady.
Yeah.
She only has 3 fingers and a thumb.
That's that in the Erica and Mark podcast one.
Yes.
See, you noticed. That makes it better, actually.
Well, maybe it is diverse then, because
yeah.
it's not only Asian, but she's also handicapped.
Right, amputees. AsianAmputees.com. Let me see if that's available. What's that going to cost me? AsianAmputees.com.
This is better than the band names.
Oh, that is. I might buy that. $16.95 for the first year.
Oh gosh.
There's somebody into that too.
Oh, there's a kink for everybody.
Oh, if I could go back
There
in
literally
time,
is a kink for
if I
everybody.
go back in time to the 90s and tell myself, buy every porn domain you can think of, and you'll be rich, and just sell them off one by one. I don't know why. I didn't think of it back then. I
was thinking about I was writing out my letter for amends. They asked me if I wanted to have AI write it for me.
Oh, that kind of defeats the whole purpose.
It does.
Yeah.
But I actually thought about it for a second.
Well, wait a minute. AI didn't do coke with me. Why should they have to write anything?
But I'm also afraid of it. Anyway, I don't want them to know anything about me. I know they know enough as it is.
Yeah.
But I don't. And I'm sure they have a copy of my voice and everything else.
Well, I know they have a copy of my voice. I uploaded about 45 minutes of this podcast some months ago to an AI voice generator, and it's freaky. I literally copied and pasted the disclaimer in my phone bill from an email and put it into and it was me reading my disclaimer in my phone bill. It was you couldn't tell, other than I sounded a little like a robot and talked a little too fast. It sounded just like me. It was freaky.
So do you think it's possible then that people could actually just tell AI to put together a podcast for them, and then it would be done?
You can get AI to do anything. There's a story that just came out that I meant to send to you. What did I do with it? Damn it. It's a story that I just saw on Facebook that, about the AI disc jockeys that some radio stations are starting to work in.
Yes.
They have a program now that radio stations can buy and subscribe to, where you can get AI callers. So your show sounds more interactive with the audience that doesn't exist. Did you hear what I said? Did I blow your mind?
Wow.
So there it is. AI callers. So now you can interact with an AI caller. Because they can't get
for
fucking
caller
people
9.
to call. Yes. They're just like you, still waiting for caller 9. You left radio too soon, my good man.
I sure did.
Hey, you know what though? AI made me a bunch of money since we last talked.
Why? What did you buy into some stocks for that or
NVIDIA.
something?
So NVIDIA has been shooting up all, the last 6 months.
Right.
And I was like, I don't want to buy it now because I'm going to buy it high and it's still going. So the more I start reading about it, and this is not advice, this is just what I did. So I am not a financial advisor in any way, shape, or form. I bought AMC and GameStop is how stupid I am. So don't listen to me. I literally threw $5,000 at it, and it went up 100 and let me see here. I'm up 18%. So it went up like 100 and what did I buy it at? My average cost was $669. Today it's at $791.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you made a couple of bucks.
I did. Well, I haven't made anything until I sell it.
That's
So,
true.
Yeah, and I did sell all of my AMC and GameStop at a 86% loss. Is that tax deductible or is that just on me?
No, I think that's on you, unfortunately. It should be tax deductible. Now, have you seen this new thing lately on, I know you're not much on Facebook anymore, but
No.
I do a lot of research off of that because it's what everybody's talking about. And they were talking, these guys are popping up online and telling you what congressmen and what senators are buying
Oh, really?
in stock and selling.
You got
Yes.
to send that to me. I need that.
Oh, okay. Seriously,
Yeah.
I saw it the other day. I was gonna save it because I wanted to talk about it. I don't know why I didn't save it, so I'm gonna look it up and then we can.
Other stocks I'm losing money on, Rivian, because I'm stupid. I have I have 17 shares of Rivian that I think I've paid about $50 on average for, and the stock today is at $11.32, so that's good for me. I bought a couple of different ETFs. The ETFs are the only things that are saving me, that and Nvidia right now. Otherwise, I was getting killed because I gamble with the stock market. I do high stakes gambling, and I'm not good at it.
Yeah, my son was doing that day trading a lot, but he's with his job now. It's hard for him to do that and do his internet sales stuff. So, but he was doing okay. But then he took a major hit bath, and now he's back up to where he was from the beginning. So it's definitely up and down.
I'm thinking about buying more Nvidia, but I've made so much money out of it already.
Did I ever tell you about my? Did I ever tell you about my dad? Hang on a minute. I pulled the dang. I gotta get new headphones.
Did you break your hair?
Anyway, I don't know if I told you about my dad when he passed away. I went and we were going through his paperwork, right? Mm-hmm. And we were looking and shredding stuff. That's all, because he was like kept a lot of paperwork and a lot of stuff with his.
What are you trying to protect
Social
his
Security and all
identity?
that.
What do you?
Well, just to get rid of it because we didn't want to just throw it away, and then what happened was we ran across some of his old stock paperwork and stuff, and just a few years before he passed, he had a couple of $1 million.
What?
Yes.
What happened to it?
Well, he was a day trader, but he was also a day drinker.
Oh, he pissed away a couple $1 million?
Yes.
Yeah, I know some people who've done that too.
And I seen what happened was right after it happened, he locked everything down and he never traded anymore, just stayed there. And it made what it made, and that was it. Wow. Because he would always, when I would go over his house, he always had CNBC on or whatever. He had
you could have been a millionaire.
Exactly.
Are you a millionaire? You're not telling me?
No.
Because I don't need to borrow any money. I just need to know. Asking for a friend.
Yeah, no. I mean, we ended up getting, honest to goodness, we ended up making with selling the condo in Boca and everything else, a little bit of money. I made about 30 grand or so, 30
okay.
Splitting between the kids and everything.
It's not too bad.
So it wasn't bad, but yeah, he was really doing well with it.
Wow.
And that's what he was doing when he retired from driving.
Millions.
And then millions.
Truck
Yes.
driver millionaire.
I looked at him, I'm like, holy crap. And I showed my sister. I said, do you see that? She said, oh. I said, yeah. And I said, dang it. I know what happened. He probably just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Didn't pull out quick enough.
Hey, that's how you got here. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be
You
here
got some
all
old
day.
timey words. I know you like to make fun of me with my with the fact that I was lived in the black and white for a long time.
Yeah, a funny story. Mark is actually in black and white right now on my computer screen because he is that old.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
And we are back, and as we record this, it is Leap Day of 2024. It is 2024 because I started to lose track of the year. Like,
Although I don't know,
can't
some
be
of the
right.
some of the rabbit holes I've been down about the calendar not being right, and we're not even.
Oh my God, are you turning into a secret millennials? Like they're all lying to us, man. Everything that you think you know is wrong.
I do believe the calendar was jacked around with, though.
First of all, time is a man constructed by
Right.
man kind of a thing. It's true. But time is still something, we have to adhere to. If you know how time works, it just makes sense. But what are you talking about with time?
Well, no, just the fact that they said that, that they were saying, what was it? That first of all, the last day of the month, the last day of the week is Saturday. First day is Sunday.
Yeah.
and
that's the Gregorian calendar.
Yep,
they did that to fuck with the pagans.
And then the
they did everything.
And then every month is supposed to, like, I don't know what the way he was wording it. Like, okay, Sept is
something about septic tanks. It's a shitty month.
I can't remember. The bottom line was that the first of the year was March, and there was supposed to be 13 months.
And how many days in the month? Like 20 days?
20. I think it's like 28
22?
or 29 or something like that.
You need to get your pagan folklore a little straighter. So
I don't know
what your people rebelled against and know what they did. And you know that April Fool's Day used to be the lunar New Year. That was the pagan New Year, and you Christians ruined it by calling it April Fool's Day to make fun of all the pagans. Yeah.
But think about all the great radio bits that happened on that day, thanks to us Christians.
Oh yeah, nothing better than a good April Fool's Day radio bit, said no one ever.
Yeah, changing the format.
We're gonna go do mornings on the country station instead of the top 40. Wacky. Good morning, everybody.
I remember the one I tried to pull off. It was actually the worst one ever. I didn't, and I didn't do it with you because I knew you would say no. So I wanted to talk about my own show.
What did you do, or what did you want to do?
Classical rock.
Oh fuck yeah, you're right. I would have said no to that.
So I found every classical piece of rock that was done, with philharmonic,
music,
philharmonic type music for all classic rock. So instead of Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd, it was Comfortably Numb done by the Boston Philharmonic.
Oh my God, that's hilarious for exactly no seconds. And you want to do a whole show like that.
I would like that scene when what the ratings looked like during that peak time.
Yeah, are you familiar with the stock market in 1929? It would look a little like that.
Yeah, no one to call. I was expecting people to call and say, "Why is this happening?" And zero calls.
Yeah, I did actually one stupid, funny April Fool's bit on the radio that I can think of that actually worked. It might have been a little. It was after I moved back to Sarasota. After I left Macon and went back to Sarasota, I was the PD at 107.9 YNF, and I was doing afternoons. And it was just me and the traffic girl, Nikki, who was hilarious. I used to fuck with Nikki so much. I feel bad about it now. She would be on the other microphone doing her traffic report that was sponsored by so-and-so. And I would pick up her purse while she was right in the middle of the traffic report and pull out her checkbook sometimes. And she'd say on 107.9, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I'm in your checkbook. I need to know who you're writing checks to. Look at this. Why did you write a check to your mom for $22? Your mom can't afford to give you $22? And I just start going through her whole checkbook to see which I thought was funny. But there was an April Fool's Day when I was going to do that. And then it dawned on me, we should do something stupider. So there's this giant auditorium that's right on the bayfront in Sarasota called the Van Wezel Auditorium. And it was...
I've heard of that place.
Yeah. The money was donated by some rich old lady, Mrs. Van Wezel, I assume. And her only stipulation was that after they built this beautiful venue, I saw Johnny Cash there once. That's how beautiful it is. Is they had to keep it painted purple. For as long as it stood, it needed to be purple because that was her favorite color, which... It's kind of like a known thing if you're from Sarasota.
Right. So
I get on the air and I'm talking about the Van Wezel, and I said, Van Wezel's been looking a little faded lately. And the city of Sarasota, this public service announcement, wants to know if there are volunteers that can sign up to paint the Van Wezel. And they're going to do something very different. Instead of purple, which was stipulated in Mrs. Van Wezel's will, they're going to go against it instead. Because what's she going to do? Sue, she's dead. They would like to paint it bright yellow and red. And they want to put some stripes on it so that it's striking and you can see it from the air. And it's just, it shouts amphitheater. And that's literally all I said. And the next thing I know, people are calling the station. They got ladders. Painters are calling. They're calling the front desk. Even the next day, they were calling the front desk, wanting to know more about the Van Wezel thing. And I'm like, what have I done? And the general manager's pissed at me because when these people find out it was an April Fool's joke, they obviously feel like idiots.
Right.
And then it gets on the news on the ABC station. And it's like, oh no. So I guess. So what is so judge me, good or bad prank?
I think it was good. If
Yeah.
it worked, that's what I mean. That if it worked, it worked. I mean,
It's
didn't
so
we do,
stupid.
What did we do in Macon? Though? Didn't we do? We did something that we ended up getting on.
We tried to switch radio morning shows with Laura and Jerry, who worked over at the country station. They were going to be on the rock station, and we were going to be on their country station. But their freaking general manager was too much of a pussy to do it. So
That's right. But
yeah,
didn't we do something where we got a lot of? Was it just a bit that we did that we got a lot? We made it to the letters of the editor. Back when they mattered, when a newspaper was actually being.
Hey,
read.
I used to write letters to the editor in the Macon Telegraph, and then they actually printed them.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. What did we do? We did something stupid. You're right. I don't remember at all. That's been a long time ago.
Was the Lizella Dome? Was that a bit? Was that
Did it have
April
to
Fool's
do?
bit where we have
Maybe.
concerts at the Lizella Dome?
Maybe we. God, dude, I don't remember.
Do you
at
remember
all.
we used to put like these fantasy concerts together and make promos?
No,
You don't remember the
that?
Lizella
No.
Dome
Did I do that?
featuring Kiss? And
Was I making these, or were you making them?
I think we were stealing them from somewhere.
Huh.
But we'd have like these things like reunited Led Zeppelin at the Lizella Dome.
That does sound like something we would do in the 90s. That's terrible. Oh, I'm so glad I don't have tape of that.
All right, you ready to get into black and white world?
Yeah, man. Well, that's where we just were back in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, my daughter told me. She said, "Oh yeah, you're what people call a what did she call me? She called me a 19er." I'm like, "What does that mean?" She's like, "Yeah, you were born in the 19s." I'm like, "Yeah, is that a thing?" Oh, it was so long ago. I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
you were born in 2002, like right after the teens. But yeah, I guess they look down their noses at us, whatever the hell teeners they call us. I'm sorry. Yes, back in the old days, we were going to talk about like my
Old-timey
grandmother.
words.
My grandmother used to get really mad at me because I think she was Irish or Scottish, and she would say, "Oh, you're going to make me get cross at you," and I'm like, "Cross? What the
Cross,
the
yeah.
hell are you talking about?"
Yes.
So you
Anger.
know what that means? Yeah,
Anger. Yeah, right. Angry. Yes.
yeah.
Here's one for you. Bamboozled.
Oh, that's a Frank Zappa song, "Bamboozled by Love." It means fooled.
Right. Okay. Flabbergasted.
Flabbergasted means I'm just amazed that you. I'm astounded. I'm horrifyingly shocked. Is that about right?
Wow. Very good.
I'm very old.
Oh, here's a good one. If I can even say it. Discombobulated.
Discombobulated means that my name is Mark and I'm in my 60s and I don't know how this VCR works. I'm discombobulated. Is that what it says? Is that the definition?
Yeah, I think that's exact. I think it says C. Mark. I think
I'm
it
good at
says.
this. It's a
Shenanigans.
picture- It's shenanigans. Come on. That was
That's
in one of my
the-
favorite movies in Super Troopers where the boss says, "If any one of you, the next person that says shenanigans, I'm going to pistol whip." And then Farva walks by and he says, "Hey, Farva, what's the name of that restaurant with all the shit on the walls?" And he says, "Oh, shenanigans." Oh, and then yeah.
You ready?
You got to
Tomfoolery.
see Super Troopers. Tomfoolery's it's fucking around silliness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Skedaddle.
Get out of here.
Get out. Yeah.
I'm very good at this.
Ready? Here's a good one. Nincompoop.
Nincompoop. Mark can't remember the bits that we used to do back in the 90s. What a nincompoop. That's from Bugs Bunny lore. Everybody knows that one.
Brouhaha.
Brouhaha is kind of a fight, kind of a kerfuffle.
Yes.
Is kerfuffle in there?
That's the next one. Kerfuffle.
I see. We're not even reading off the same page.
Malarkey.
Malarkey. That's Mark. You're full of malarkey.
Yes.
You can't spell Mark without malarkey.
Lollygag.
Lollygag means you're lagging behind.
Yes. And this is the one I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping you can tell me. And I'm not even sure if I'm saying this correctly. Cattywampus.
Cattywampus is correct. That means something that's discombobulated. Something like where you thought you would have a right angle and it's not quite a right. It's like, oh, that's all cattywampus. Fix it and line that back up again.
Oh, see, I've never heard my grandparents never use that word. I've
my
heard
dad.
a lot of them. I've heard a
dad.
lot about the Mark. You're not getting the chores done. You're just lollygagging around. I've heard that, and I've heard shenanigans. You're up to your own shenanigans again.
I got some for you. All right. What about gams?
Oh, gams are legs, right?
Yep. What about stems?
Stems.
Uh-huh.
Stems.
Yeah, stems.
Same?
No? Same thing. That's correct. That was a trick question.
Okay.
You did not fall for it. That's good. I just looked up a couple here. How about scrupple?
Is that like a fight?
No, it means you're having a feeling of hesitation. I never heard that one either.
Oh, me neither.
What about zounds?
Zowie?
Zounds. That goes back to 1592. It's a little further than what you're probably.
Zounds?
Yeah, zounds.
Let me think for a minute. Zounds. Let me see what else. Use it in a sentence.
Oh, zounds. I think I discovered America.
Oh, so excitement.
Yes, if you want to exclaim your surprise or indignation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
got any more?
I can't pronounce most of these. Fantudes from Huckleberry. Fantods. It's from Huckleberry Finn.
Fantods.
Yeah. It means that you're in a state of apprehension or restlessness. Like here it is in a sentence. The time between taking a test and getting my grade always gives me the fantods.
You got to write that one. That's a keeper.
Yeah, that's a good one. Fantods.
I'm gonna start using that in the sentence.
How about crinkum crankum?
Crinkum crankum.
It is not a euphemism for masturbation. That's what you're thinking, and I know it is.
I know. I thought it was like right next to kratom in the convenience store.
This word was first documented in 1670. It refers to an elaborate decoration or detail that skews on the more excessive side. It's use it as a sentence. The crinkum crankum on this shirt collar might be a bit much, but it does make it memorable. You got to go way back.
I love the accent you use when you say the words because it just brings it to life.
That's my old timey guy accent.
Your old timey voice.
Yeah. How about brew it?
Brew it.
Yeah, it's a Middle English word.
Brew it.
Brew
means cook it.
It means to report or a rumor. It can also be used as a verb. Did you hear about the brew it that's spreading across campus? Yeah, see?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because they still use, in Europe, there's a lot of words that we don't like. Like I watch a lot of Australian TV and English TV shows and things like that.
I love Australian TV.
When you get laid off or fired, you're sacked.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
There's a lot of different words they do, and it's like doesn't make any sense at all. It got sacked. It doesn't sound like a bad thing. Matter of fact, I think it sounds nicer than laid off.
Yeah,
no, actually, laid off sounds sexual.
That sounds a little better, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Would you rather get sacked or laid off, huh?
Oh, I'd rather get laid off.
That's kind of what I thought you would say.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
So,
a couple of rapscallions we are.
I'm going to start that. You know what? That might be actually kind of fun to go back and pull out some of the newer terminology.
Heavens to Murgatroyd. That's a great idea.
And see if we can figure out what they really mean.
I don't know, man. No, you mean what the kids are saying? We can have my daughter. We can have my daughter on the show. She'll
we'll have to do that. Yeah, she can give us a quiz and see if we can figure it out.
You think I'm sarcastic? Huh? You should talk to her.
Oh, I can only imagine because between the two of you, I don't think she could miss a beat.
I raised her well.
I don't think she stood had a chance. Actually.
No, she's my mini me with on steroids. So I got to tell you about this YouTube channel I've been watching. I discovered this new YouTube channel that has 666,000 subscribers.
Holy cow!
I know. Its name is Casper Site, and he's either British or Australian. I think he's British. And
is that on purpose, by the way? The 666.
No, that's just how many subscribers he has right now. They've been going up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's just a sign that I should watch, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a sign that I shouldn't.
Look, I don't fear the devil like you. I don't super believe.
I don't fear the devil either,
devil.
but I'm not going to give him any extra money. Either.
Right. Don't think this guy's the devil. I think he's just some dude who goes through the internet and he collects all these different supernatural, paranormal, UFO, ghost, alien, videos. And he comments on them, which sounds very annoying. Somebody commenting over top of all the stuff you're watching, but he's funny and he gets into it. I'm like, he gets in, and he gets you into it. And so
is it funny like Mystery Science Theater?
No, not really. He's really watching these things. There's one that when did it come out here? I have it bookmarked. I think it came out yesterday or the day before, and it's titled "These Videos of Aliens and Audio Clips Are Truly Terrifying" by Casper Site is the name of the channel. And
Okay.
he's got a bunch of stuff I haven't seen before. He's showing this older video that's at about 25 minutes in. And this is a pretty long video. This one's 45 minutes long, and he covers multiple things. And he literally just comments on what he's seeing, like he's seeing it for the first time. And there's this older video that looks like it was taken with an old camera that had tape in it. Not like a high 8 camera, but like a camera that we had when our kids were little.
Right.
What do you call it? VHS.
Okay.
And he's showing this thing that's hovering in the woods, and the quality's bad, and the camera's kind of glitching, which, happens when you get like paranormal activity. The cameras glitch.
Right.
But you can see this. It's either like a hole that's in the middle of the woods that's kind of flat, that's just pitch dark, and then on the ground is this body is laying on the ground, and it's got like the back of its head is blown out, and it's all in black and white. You can see it's got a hole in the back of its head, but this thing is still alive. And this guy is like, he's hyperventilating. He's so scared. And he's trying to help it or talk to it. And then the thing screams in this most blood-curdling scream that you have ever heard. And the dimensions are weird because you can see the guy's hands. And there were one of his hands in the video because he's holding the camera with the other hand. And you can see this thing is small. It is... If it's a fake, it's a great fake. And he's watching the video and he's just like, oh my God, oh, that's freaking me out. And then he'll rewind it and pause it and talk about it. He's like, look at this part right here. But interesting channel, Casper Site. He's good.
I don't know though, because I've seen a lot of things now. They're saying with this AI, you can do all. I mean, with their. I know, of course, the camera work on that is.
Well,
not very good,
Hollywood's been able to do any of this stuff for years.
I've been seeing these old. Looks like supposed to be. I don't know. I don't know exactly when the first movie type camera came out. 1920s.
That was
think?
back when the girls had really great stems.
Because they were showing like this is downtown New Orleans in the
before
1920s, and it shows like trolley cars and people walking and horses. But looked like move. Actually, this looked like you would see a picture like that, but it was actually movies. Wasn't sure if it was true or not. But I'm always doubtful when it comes to people that hold a camera and
I'm suspicious of
and
everything
talk at the same time.
Everything I see on the internet, I'm suspicious
because I don't think I could hold a camera if I saw that. I think I would never get any of that on tape because I'd be like too freaked out.
Well, that's you though. But people like me, I tend to not panic.
You could do it?
I tend to not panic in stressful situations until later. And I've had people ask me, say, how did you not freak out back when that was happening? I'm like, because you got to figure out what's going on. So you try to keep yourself calm. And I keep telling myself when I'm on the verge of freaking out, it's like, no. Let's just work the problem, and if we feel like freaking out later, we'll do it then. That's seriously what I tell myself because I've been in more than one emergency room, so I've had a bit of trauma in my life, so I've kind of learned how to deal with processing trauma, to kind of divert it, which I guess is good and bad according to my therapist. But these videos, dude, you have to watch these videos because you're going to watch that and you're going to say, well, if that's fake, that's a pretty good fake. That looks too real to be fake, which makes you think it's fake. But then if you start looking at the little details of like, well, how did they do that? Because that...
I don't know, because you get that, like the Blair Witch movie.
Oh, the movie's so fake, but that movie's great because if you allow yourself to be entertained by that movie, it's very scary. Or you just laugh at it and say, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Sometimes, I saw some of that. I remember I saw that somebody had a copy of it. They brought it to me when I was living in Mississippi. We were living out in the country.
Oh, that's a good time to watch that.
Yeah. Oh no, no. And I spook real easy, as you know, because we've been in haunted places together.
Yeah,
so.
we've seen ghosts. Mark wouldn't ride in the back of a it was a hearse.
Hearse.
I mean, we did the buried alive thing. I did. I don't know. Like, what am I gonna? There's nobody in here but me. There's no ghosts. Nope. What the hell are you scared of? Ghosts don't ride around in hearses, do they?
I guess they got to get from place A to place B. Well, their body does, I guess.
See, now this is why I don't understand you. Because if you think people die, they either go to heaven or hell, how are they going to be a ghost?
I don't know. I don't know how any of that works.
So
until,
ghosts-
I don't know until
ghosts should not-
until it's my time.
Look, ghosts
I
shouldn't
tell you what,
exist.
if I can come back,
Uh-huh.
okay, and I pass before you do, if
Yeah.
I can come back, and they let me come back, I will use my free pass to come back to come see you and tell you what it is.
My brother said the same thing before he died. Haven't seen
He
him
can't
at
come?
all. No,
No?
I haven't seen him. Haven't heard him. On the other hand,
So maybe you're not allowed. I don't know, because you remember my grandfather.
yeah,
I remember, if you remember when we worked, my grandfather passed away.
yep.
And I told you that I was like, first I was sitting on my bed when I got up in the morning to come to work. And I was like, kind of like, ooh, I didn't want anything to do with it. And then when I got in the car, I was driving to work and I was at the corner of, what was that, Panono or whatever that, Pianono?
Pinono. And
Pianono.
Yeah.
And coming out of, from the apartment complex, I make the left towards the radio station.
Mercer
and he
University Drive.
and sat in the car with me. And said, tell me everything is okay and that he was all right and take care of your grandma. And
So that's
That
what
was
makes you believe in ghosts.
you don't remember that?
I
You don't remember me telling you that?
I don't remember what the hell we did for April Fool's Day, or maybe you didn't tell me that. I don't know.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I was too freaked out by it because it was like weird. It was very weird.
Wow.
So. But I shared a lot with you, so I figured
I
shared
have,
that with you.
yeah, maybe you did. Maybe I was too scared to remember.
But there's a thing out now that they're talking about a lot of these things that you're seeing, even on the big channels, and the people spending a lot of money and putting out these DVDs and things like that for these supposed documentaries that are been proved fake.
Yeah.
So that could be one of those. Like remember when we a few shows ago, I don't remember how long ago you were talking about Super Size Me.
Yes.
Right. And doctors found that was completely false. They ran all the stuff, did the test, everything else to prove that guy completely, that he was lying. The whole thing was a lie.
Huh. Well, he faked it well.
And then Bowling for Columbine,
Yeah.
also proven not to be true. One of the things they showed was the fact that, whatever his name is, Michael, whatever his name is there, he was went to go apply for a bank account.
Yeah.
And supposedly got a free shotgun.
Yeah.
And he walked out of the bank with the shotgun.
Yeah.
And the real thing is with that thing was like that. You had a choice between different things. You could pick the shotgun, but what you did was you went to the
You went down to the
store.
local sporting goods store. Yeah.
Yeah,
got
and then they did the background check and all that, and then you got it 3 days later because of the whatever you call it.
There's a
Yeah,
waiting period for shotguns? Maybe,
waiting
huh?
period. There was a waiting period in that town. There
no
was.
kidding.
So he's like, and then what was the other one I saw was, I guess during Shark Week every week they pull out this old dinosaur, the dinosaur shark,
The
What is it?
megalodon. Mastodon, megalodon, whatever the.
And then they try in the beginning. They show that this is just based off of loose theories.
Yeah.
But then the rest of the time they're trying to show you like as if this thing is still out in the ocean today. Which, and on their side, honestly, there's so much of the ocean we haven't seen.
That's where the aliens live.
And not only aliens, but probably leftover dinosaurs and those fish that have the weird
Loch
lights
Ness
on them and
Monster.
everything
Oh, it
else.
doesn't live in
Yep,
the ocean.
it's
but-
all there. So I can't say that that's not there because there's parts of the ocean we can't even get to.
Right.
Right. And then what was the other one I saw? Oh, Nanook of the North. Have you heard about that?
That was also a Frank Zappa song.
Oh, really?
That was in Nanook Rubs It. Comes right after Watch Out Where the Huskies Go, Don't You Get That Yellow Snow.
1922, there was a documentary this guy put together about, and it was all hired actors.
Oh, for God's sake.
And they lived, the people they were visiting actually lived in the Antarctic, right? But they lived in like shacks, like homes, like cabins.
Yeah.
And they would hunt walruses or seals or whatever, but they used guns and all that. But he had them using spears, and he had them building igloos for this thing. I thought it was kind of funny. And then there's one that I thought was kind of, it's called The Inconvenient Truth.
Oh, yeah, the Al Gore movie. Yeah, he got famous
About
off of
global
that.
warming and how that was, it's fake scientists that were actors.
All right,
and
hold
the whole
on.
works,
Before
so.
we talk about that, this is a little weird. You're talking about Nanook, and in the Frank Zappa song, Nanook Rubs It, there is a lyric in there where Frank says, "Great googly moogly," which we just talked about with the old-timey words a minute ago.
1920. Well, you must have watched that film and made a whole album out
It's
of it.
all coming back around. That's a little serendipitous, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a little weird.
A lot of malarkey there.
If I see a ghost tonight, I'm going to kick your ass.
Oh, don't even get me started with that. Do we have any time? Do we have time?
Yeah, not much, but we have some.
Okay. Then let me save it for next week.
What? Can't tease me like
weird
that.
Thing that I have.
Something happened to you?
At night, yeah. I'm going to talk about it because I like to talk about it.
We're producing next week's show right now while the rest of you don't listen. You could turn it off right now if you want to. It's all right.
But there's a phenomena that happens to people sometimes, and I happen to be one of the lucky people that gets to do that now.
What, you get sleep paralysis? What?
No. I wish it was something that easy and fun. It's the most jacked up thing.
It's quite the tease. All right, so something is happening to Mark.
And I can't even tell you off the call either, because then it will ruin it for you. Because I want your actual face.
All right.
And see what you think. You probably know about this already. Because you're well read anyway, and especially in this area. So
well read. I don't know. I'm well scared.
Well, it's better to be well read than well treaded about these areas.
You know what the worst part about being me is? I watch all these crazy UFO alien ghost videos right before I go to bed.
Oh, see, no, there's no way I could do that.
And you know what else? I live alone.
Put it to you this way. We're so careful about that. We watched, what's the name of that movie with the guy from Peaky Blinders?
I don't know. I never saw that.
Oh, what the heck's the name of that?
See, a British guy.
It's a British guy. It's about the atomic bomb. It's
Hugh Jackman. No, he's Australian.
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer. Oh yeah. I saw that movie in the theater. It was great.
Okay, we watched it because it was on the what do you call it? The Peacock channel.
Yep.
So we decided we're going to watch it, and then after it was done, even though it was nothing scary, sad, and a lot of interesting things happened.
That's a traumatic movie.
We followed it with 2 comedy shows before we left to go to bed.
So my daughter had a saying for that when she was little. We would watch something scary when she was little.
Right.
And she's like, okay, before I go to bed, we got to watch something rainbowy. So anytime that happens, you got to watch something rainbowy.
Yeah, I don't try not to introduce a lot of weird crap into my head beforehand. And sometimes that's when I do a lot of my show prep. And that's when I get in these rabbit holes sometimes. And this might be what's bringing it to me.
Last week. So I was watching one of these crazy videos from this Casper guy last week. And I was falling asleep in bed. And I guess I fell asleep for the end of the video until I woke up. And I woke up and it was pitch dark. And there's usually light shining in my window because they built a warehouse across the street. But I woke up and it's pitch freaking dark. And I look over at my clock. My clock is out. The refrigerator is not running. The power is out. And I look outside. I'm like, all right, is there like a silent spaceship hovering right over my house right now? What's going? It was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Isn't that sad though?
I went and got a gun that I thought I'd lost in a boating accident, and I put it in the bed with me. And I'm laying there. Like wide awake now because I'm like, those motherfuckers are not
when you wake up from a deep sleep and you're in panic mode. Boy, there's nothing getting you out of that.
So I finally fell back asleep. I don't know, an hour later, and then I wake up again. Maybe another hour later because I have my phone in my other hand because it's not going to charge. May as well put your phone in your hand, right? Good idea. What could happen? And I wake up and it's like 4 or 5 o'clock. Power's still out.
Wow.
And then I drift off back to sleep until I turned over, I guess, and I just kind of opened my eyes a little bit, and it's bright as day in my room because I have one of those stupid Alexa light bulbs, and when the power came back on, the lamp went on in my bedroom right next to my head. And I'm like, am I on a spaceship? That was a bad night,
Careful of the probing.
Oh, I hate living alone sometimes. I really do. Gonna have to get a dog or something.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. All right. That's all I got for you, buddy.
Yeah, that's all I got.
We'll find out what's freaking you out next week. I'm intrigued.
Yes. Yeah, it's really interesting. I should have thought about this earlier, but every time you keep bringing that stuff up, made me think about it. It's like, oh, gosh, got to clean my head tonight. I had to go watch some rainbowy things now.
That's what I'm going to go do right now. I'm going to go watch rainbowy things. You have a nice night, and I'll talk to you next week.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.